Good evening. One of the best things about gardens is being able to sunbathe nude. Although there was that time at Kew Gardens I was asked to leave. I told them it was a disgrace. My friends really wanted to see the Minka house. Joining me this evening, on my right, Mark Casarotto, a film and TV agent who's scared of heights. Sarah Benwell, a financial journalist whose dinner party small talk is usually about pensions. And their captain, Cat Brown, a freelance journalist who starred in a stage production in the role of Large Door. United by the genius of Jilly Cooper, they are the Jillies. Welcome back. In your last match, Cat, I didn't accept vampires as the link between four Twilight characters because one of them was a werewolf. I worried I was too harsh.
Well, I've already been ostracised from my fellow pale-skinned brethren for getting that one wrong.
My abiding memory of that wall is Sarah saying, "Isn't this Twilight?" and you saying, "I don't know, because I'm a grown-up." This evening you are facing, on my left, Jonathan Taylor, a retired civil servant who once had tea with David Niven. Joshua Mutillo, an economics PhD student who's also studied Welsh. And their captain, Jonathan Williams, a musician who once caught a nipple in the bellows of an accordion. United by their connection to Birkbeck University of London, whose emblem is an owl, they are the Strigiformes. Jonathan, in your last heat, you beat the Cryptics. That's how you got here.
We did.
But the Cryptics beat you before. Do you understand our tournament structure?
Absolutely not. It's the most confusing thing ever devised.
Well, congratulations to all of you, because you've made it to the quarterfinals. Bad news is the difficulty ramps up a bit, so we've got a tough quiz ahead for you tonight. Jillies, you won the toss, but you've decided to put your opponents in first. So, Strigiformes, please choose a hieroglyph.
We'll have twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
OK, so probably well, that's from Aladdin and hard times. Yeah, corresponding signs, maybe. Yeah, next, please.
Are they composers? Are they composers of these things? They must be composers of these things.
Yeah. Next, please. Were they in? Well, next, please.
Almost out of time.
2 seconds.
They won an Oscar and a Grammy in this year.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Jillies, do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
Is the first person or thing something to have featured the other two or made the other two?
In a way, but that's not the connection.
Yeah.
You are closer, Strigiformes. They did win an Oscar in that year and also a Razzie, a golden raspberry in the same year for something terrible. So Alan Menken, the great composer, A Whole New World won an Oscar, and High Times, Hard Times won a Razzie, thus making Alan Menken a holder of the REGOT. So that would be the Razzie, the Emmy, the Grammy, and so on. Brian Helgeland, LA Confidential, won the Oscar, and The Postman, directed by Kevin Costner, I think, won, various golden raspberries. Wall Street won an Oscar for Michael Douglas, but Daryl Hannah won the Razzie. And Sandra Bullock won an Oscar for The Blind Side the same year as a Razzie for All About Steve. And she rather gamely went along to the ceremony and collected her Razzie and said, "Listen, if you all watch that film and honestly tell me you think it was the worst performance that year, I'll come back next year and give you the award back." Jillies, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. What connects these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. Something. Next, please.
You can dissolve pearls in some kind of alcohol to make a drink, can't you? Copper to etch circuit boards.
They wouldn't have, maybe they would have done it. Should we go next?
I think we have to.
Yeah, next, please.
It's something. It's to do with It's to do with dissolving them.
Okay. So if you dissolve them, then
Hang on a sec. What would it be? The top thing is dissolved to make the bottom.
Okay. We think the top thing is dissolved or reduced to make the bottom thing.
That's absolutely right. And dissolved in what, do you know?
Mark, any bright ideas? Absinthe?
Yeah,
No,
let's go with that.
Acid. I mean, I don't know what would happen if you put it in absinthe. Copper, it's by photolithography, you can dissolve copper in acid to make these circuit boards. Eggshells, if you put them in the right sort of substance, the shell goes very soft, but the integrity of the egg remains, but it's very soft. Yes, Cleopatra was said to have dissolved a pearl earring to dazzle Mark Antony, you know, because pearls are an aphrodisiac, and she dissolved it in acid and drank it. And do you not know the story about the Nobel Prizes? This was during the war when Germany invaded Denmark. 2 Danish scientists, because it was illegal to send gold out of the country, they sent their Nobel Prizes to a university in Copenhagen. And the chemist, de Hevesy, to hide them from the Nazis, dissolved them and put the solution in a flask. And after the war, genuinely, I get a lump in my throat talking about it, sent the gold back to the Nobel Committee to be recast back into prizes. It's a really wonderful story. Strigiformes, what would you like?
2 reeds, please.
2 reeds. What would connect these clues? Here's the first.
Best no idea what that is.
Next, please.
It's a word that means these two.
Next, please.
Informer is a snitch.
Oh, snitch. Next, please. Oh, that's fun.
That is mole. Yeah.
Okay,
2 seconds.
Wind in the willows.
Oh, well done. That absolutely is the answer. What's going on here?
The last clue is mole.
Yeah.
So a mole is an infiltrated spy, and in the wind in the willows,
Yeah.
it's something the mole wants to do. He wants to explore the world above ground.
The informer is the rat, but the water ratty is in fact actually a vole.
Oh, yes.
Exactly so.
And Toad is a contemptible person who owns an awful lot of land.
That's right.
And who's the other one?
It's badger.
Badger.
So to pester or to badger,
yes.
and the badger in the story is a kindly hermit.
Yeah.
Well done. Jillies, what would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What connects these clues? Here's the first.
Hold a family baker business. Next, please. Cardinal Giovanni Battista Montini.
No idea.
Oh, bad Italian mark.
Sorry.
Next,
Yeah.
please. Saul of Tarsus.
Oh, he was the one on the road to Damascus, right?
yeah. Why am I thinking that's?
He became.
Why am I thinking that's an opera?
I don't think it is.
Okay, next, please. John William Weller. Oh, good lord.
Can it ought to be with changing their names?
Yeah, I think it might be. They've all changed their names by 5. Changed their names maybe.
2 seconds.
We think that they all changed their names
I need to hear something specific.
by 1 letter. Okay.
Not it.
Thank you.
Strigiformes, do you want to go for a bonus point?
They're all Pauls.
They changed their name to Paul. Now, first clue, the bakery business, that's what it was originally. What's happening in clue 2?
That's Pope Paul the...
Sixth,
Sixth, thank
exactly
you.
so. Paul Weller in the last clue.
St. Paul.
And Saul of Tarsus,
St. Paul.
as the old joke goes, stopped on the road for a pee. He was Paul later. Well done, you get the bonus point. And what would you like for your own question?
Lion, please.
Lion. The music question, the fun stops here. You'll be hearing your clues. First one coming in now.
Next, please.
Was the jam, I think. But
Next, please.
that's load.
Next, please.
It was the Manfreds.
Well, is that the Manfreds? I don't know. Oh, it's man.
Sort of types of male. So man, lord.
That's not it, I'm afraid. Jillies, your turn for a bonus point.
Do we think that they're the names of children's programmes?
That's not it either. What did you recognise?
So Manfred Mann was the last one.
Ah, you're going with the band names. It was Manfred Mann. But what was the track? It was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
We also heard Ready, Steady, Go, Start, and Green Light. It signals to go in the titles of the pieces. So no bonus there, Jillies, but you may have a question. The Horned Viper, last one of the round. These, of course, are the picture clues. What connects them? Time starts now.
Amazing. Next, please. Yeah. Beaver cactus.
These are American things, aren't they?
Should we go next?
Yeah.
Next, please. Next, a beaver.
Mallard or duck.
Yeah. Should we go next?
Yeah.
Next, please. An aardvark.
Okay. Could it be letters related since that's AA?
These? Yeah.
Quite long
Beaver
time.
cactus.
A saguaro.
2 seconds.
They children's TV sidekicks.
They are children's TV sidekicks. I absolutely was not expecting to hear that. During the round, I heard someone muttering, they all have teeth, and I was thinking, does a duck have teeth? Does a duck have teeth? I was ready for that. But no, they are sidekicks from CBBC. Yeah. Could you name any of those sidekicks?
Only the two that I'm aware of, which is Ed the Duck and Otis the Aardvark.
Exactly so. There was a cactus. Oucho Tea Cactus was one. And the first one, I think it was, Philip Schofield's sidekick, Gordon the Gopher.
Gopher.
That means at the end of round 1, the Strigiformes have 2 points, the Jillies have 2 points. Sequences time now. Strigiformes, if we're going first again, please choose a sequential hieroglyph.
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
I don't even know what that is.
Next, please. Next, please. So 64. Oh, no.
9
64.
nines, 81.
It's, yeah, so 9 9.
So it's a 10 by 10
8
grid.
8s. 9 9, so something 10 by 10. Oh, God.
What's at the end then?
Something with a grid that's 10 by 10.
100 squares.
I've got to think of one.
Snakes and ladders? Is that correct? Snakes and ladders go
We're going to say snakes and ladders
And why would that be?
because it has a grid of 10 by 10.
Is an absolutely acceptable answer. We've got Stratego. What's going on here?
So these are games that you play on increasingly sized grids. So Diabolik is presumably 7 by 7, chess is 8 by 8, Sudoku is 9 by 9, and Snakes and Ladders has 100 squares. So it must be 10
Exactly.
by
A much
10.
better game you've picked. Stratego is a sort of military strategy game. I suppose you could say Snakes and Ladders is in a way, metaphorically speaking. Anything played on a 10 by 10 grid. Well done. Jillies, what would you like?
Horned Viper, please.
OK. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. Oh, Leon Britton was in Gogglebox, Married to June, I think.
You're not thinking of the Home Secretary.
Oh, God, am I thinking of the Home Secretary?
Get the next
Oh, God, next, please. This is not Gogglebox at all. Oh, my goodness. So would these be MPs for the same place? And where was William Hague
Up
MP?
north, somewhere, Sheffield or something like that.
Any ideas who now? Any
Do we have any idea
intelligent
where?
guesses?
Really?
Time.
1 second.
2015 to present, the MP of
Give a
somewhere
name. Give a
lovely,
name.
of William Hague's constituency.
I don't think I can take your answer. Strigiformes, would you like to have a go for bonus point?
Yeah, we're going to say 2015 to present Rishi Sunak.
Is the right answer. It is indeed sequential holders of the seat in a particular constituency, and it is somewhere lovely, Richmond in Yorkshire. And this is the series. Well done, you get the bonus point. And what would you like for your own question?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Boy band.
Let's get
Next,
another.
please. Tesla. That's an engine, isn't it? That's the cycle of an engine.
So, well, the first thing is 5. That's got 4.
Yeah. Next, please.
Par,
Oh, that's 3.
the par 3. So it's something with 2.
2 a cycle.
A cycle of 2. had a king bell in a minute. It's
2 seconds.
night and day.
Yeah, so the diurnal nocturnal cycle.
Not it, I'm afraid. So a bonus chance for you, Jillies.
Moped engine.
And why would that be?
It's 2-stroke.
Strokes is the key factor. That first clue is the band, the Strokes. There are 5 of them.
Right.
The second clue, well, that's a straightforward internal combustion engine, the 4 strokes. Par at postage stamp true. It's par 3, 3 strokes. And we had butterfly and backstroke, 2 strokes. So well done, you get that bonus. And what would you like for your own question?
Lion, please.
Lion. What would come forth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
Oh, goody football.
Who's that?
Next,
Wait,
please.
it's not good. Oh, God.
Oh, there's a travel guide.
Guides.
It's not like Brownie's guides.
Oh, yes.
We have
Next, please.
Cities, everything.
Yes, it is. So the next one is rainbows.
Yeah.
A double rainbow.
Is the right answer. And why is that?
These are the Girl Guides, different sections going down in age order.
That's it. Successive girl guiding, starting with Rangers, going down through Guides and Brownies, the youngest, Rainbows. Which of you has been in that organisation? Oh, not you, Mark.
I'm afraid not.
I think that would be allowed these days. Back to you, Strigiformes. Which would you like?
Water, please.
Water. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay. Struck off gold.
Next, please.
In the red. I don't know. Just trying to think of below the line.
Next, please.
What's that?
These are notes on the staff.
Oh, yes. Oh, very
So
good.
C, D, E, so it's F, so it's FAF.
See, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so do, hang on,
Yeah.
just check this. So
Yeah.
do,
Re.
so it's
D.
D,
Fa.
F, A, F.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the minor.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a line, and just above the line is FAF.
Exactly correct. You are a musical team, of course. Can you please explain this sequence?
Yes, so the first 2 letters are do, re, mi, fa, so the sol, fa figuration. Then the last letter of the word is the name of the musical scale, C, D, E, F, relating to do, re, mi, fa. And then the space, the position of the word is the space on the stave.
Exactly so. It's the sol, fa scale and its equivalents in the C major scale, going upwards. Jillies, you get the last question of the round. Twisted flax. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Cicely was. Oh gosh, these are all mothers
Scales.
of kings and stuff.
Mothers and kings.
In the War of the Roses. Can
Okay,
you get
next,
to the
please.
Next one? So Elizabeth of York was Henry VIII.
So do we now
I
need...
think the next one is the. So it's the mother of the next king after Henry VIII.
Which is whichever
Which
one
would be
gave them the
Edward.
boy.
So it's Jane Seymour.
Yeah.
Okay. Jane Seymour.
Is the right answer.
Well done, Mark.
And why is that?
They're the mothers of kings from Richard III to Edward VI.
Exactly right. They are the mothers of a series of successive kings of England. That means at the end of round 2, the Strigiformes have 7 points, the Jillies have 7 points. Time for some fiendish quarter-final connecting walls. Jillies, you have the dubious pleasure of going first this time. Please choose lion or water.
Water, please.
2.5 minutes. Solve the water wall, starting now.
It's a doozy. Brockwell Park.
You've got things that are like a real doozy, a humdinger, a corker is one.
Corker. Rapper.
Possibly Crackerjack. Knockout.
Knockout is one as well.
Knockout. Jean Valjean.
You've got
Banbury
crosses in
yeah,
there as
Charing
well.
Cross,
Charing
King's Cross. Southern Cross.
Is Valjean Cross a thing?
No, that's a
Red
character.
Cross is a thing.
Yeah.
Banbury Cross is a thing.
Yeah. Are there any word things, Sarah? Front or end? King's Park.
Red
Cross. Charing Cross. Red Cross.
Bray's a place, right?
Yeah.
Are there other... Is Brockwell Park? Banbury?
I can't think of anything
Brock
else.
do Hench. Hench,
Brook is a
crack,
male badger.
knock,
Are there other
knock,
male
crack.
animals?
Hunt.
Oh, we're in some trouble.
Do, Brock. Brock is badger.
Brook is badger.
Don't let-
Hen
don't
is
get-
an animal
Quimby.
as
Quimby
well.
and okay,
It's
and
a,
it needs
it's
some
a
stuff to
whopper, it's
cycle
a
through.
knockout.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
like
doozy.
that.
It's a knockout.
Oh, God.
Jean.
Have we cycled through all the crosses? Or
I
have
don't
we
know
got
what
too
the
many?
crosses are.
Banbury, Kings, Red, Charing,
Yeah.
Southern.
Yeah, that's the first lot that we did.
So
I
you
can't see
cycled through
another
That's
one.
one.
5. Banbury, Kings, Charing, Southern, Red is 5, so there should be.
Yeah, we're in trouble. aren't we?
Stop saying that, guys. Just beginning, end of words. Let's have a look. She says
What's
poking.
Quimby? Oh,
Okay, thank God we've
wait.
got
Got
one.
one, well done.
Okay.
So something else has to mean that, doesn't it?
Okay, what can Charing be if it's not that? Charing.
10 seconds.
Do you want to see if Quimby, Valjean, Henchard, and Bray?
Yeah.
That's it, the time is up. The wall has frozen. But well done for finding a group. What can you tell me about the connection Banbury, Red and so on?
They can all be followed by cross.
They are the crosses. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. Henchard, Humdinger, Valjean, Quimby.
This might be the mayor's.
Mares.
They are the mayors. I think you knew Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons. Valjean is Les Miserables. He's a mayor for a while. Humdinger is
Paw
a mayor in Paw Patrol, exactly so. And Henchard, the mayor of Casterbridge. And the next group, starting doozy.
They're all
They
great,
mean-
great
Yeah,
things.
great things.
They're all
Something
great
amazing.
things. And I'm afraid you did put Humdinger in that group at every attempt.
No.
And the last group, Brockwell, Charing and so on.
The last part of the word is an artist. Rockwell, Herring, Hopper, and Ray.
That's exactly
Oh,
it. They are
Mark.
artists, American artists with a letter added. Very well spotted at the end.
Amazing.
So you found one group and you gave me all 4 connections. That's a total of 5 points. Let's begin their opponents, give them the other wall, see how they get on. Good luck to you, Strigiformes. You're getting the lion wall. 2.5 minutes to solve it. Starting now.
Drop and stop.
Yeah, pit stop. Black
stop, pit
black
stop,
stop,
whistle
stop,
stop.
black stop,
Full stop.
full stop.
So Kennedy has an N missing. Hoover, so these are presidents with a
Yep.
letter missing.
Hoover,
Kerr and Carter.
Thank you.
Hoover,
Bush and
Bush at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay, it's another
Okay,
one.
it's another one. Brazilian footballers: Joe Linton, Garrincha, Rivaldo, and Thiago Silva. Yeah, that's interesting. You keep
Is that a president?
It's still the president. We've got to.
So leave out Hoover. Okay. So your footballers are Joe
So
Linton, Rivaldo.
I think they're Joe Linton, Rivaldo, Thiago, but don't press it
No, I'm
because
not pressing, I'm not.
because Joe Linton, Rivaldo, Thiago Silva, and Garrincha. But I think we pressed those before, and I didn't think it was right.
So is there another Brazilian footballer? Kennedy. It's that sort of example.
It could be. It could be a
One of the
badly
one.
spelled. Yes,
Okay.
because they sometimes have those names where they're sort of slightly
so
odd.
Streatham, Black, and Clash. Then
Right.
is that a word one?
Black. Well, what's Streatham? Streatham Common, Streatham High Street.
Streatham.
In a minute, you're going to have to guess it. I
You've
think,
got
I-
30
I-
seconds.
I think you're right. Kennedy is going to be definitely one of those Brazilian footballers.
should we
One of
do?
the other ones is not Brazilian.
Yeah. So
I think Joe Linton, Rivaldo, and Garrincha.
and which one?
Joe Linton,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think. I'm not 100% clear.
Well done.
Yeah.
You've solved that very difficult wall. Now, what about the connections? Tell me about glottal, pit, and so on.
These are stops.
I should perhaps have said, tell me about glottal, and so on. They're all stops. And the next group, hua, carer, and so on.
These are American presidents with a letter missing.
Excellent. Who are those presidents?
Herbert Hoover, Jimmy Carter,
Warren Harding.
thank you, and George, or one of the Bushes,
Exactly so.
or both.
And the next group, starting Kennedy.
So
They are Brazilian footballers.
They are, and well gambled, Jonathan, because there are 5, and if you don't know what the other group is, there's no way of knowing which is the red herring. But let's have a look at that last group. Black, Streatham, and so on.
It's, but I'm not sure what.
they
If you don't know, you absolutely do not know.
OK, we don't know.
A musical team, but not familiar with the works of Dave. But you did solve the wall and give me 3 connections. Very well done for that. It's 7 points. Let's have a look at the overall scores as we go into the final round. The Strigiformes have 14 points. The Jillies have 12 points. So it's nerve-wrackingly close as 2 excellent teams go into the missing vowels round, playing for a place in the semi-final. Good luck, all of you. Fingers on buzzers. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all caterpillar cakes and the shops that sell them. Jillies?
Cuthbert and Aldi.
Yes, it is. Strigiformes?
Cecil and Waitrose.
Correct. Strigiformes?
Curly and Tesco.
Yes, it is. Strigiformes?
No.
No, you lose a point. Jillies, do you know?
Morris and Morrison's.
Correct. Next category, clowns. Strigiformes?
Ronald McDonald.
Of course. Strigiformes?
Krusty the Clown.
Indeed so. Jillies?
Grimaldi.
Yes, it is. Jillies?
Pennywise.
Scary. Next category, X or Y phrases reversed. Strigiformes?
Flight or fight.
Well done. Strigiformes?
Leave it or take it.
Yes, it is. Jillies?
No deal or deal.
Very well done. Jillies?
Another all one way.
Well calculated. That's it. It's the end of the quiz. And what a round 4. This is very close. All of you deserve to be in the semi-final. I can tell you there is a difference of 1 point. One team has 18, one has 19. The team with 19 points and going through to the semi-finals is the Strigiformes. Very well done. Jillies, you could not have done more. You've quizzed brilliantly. You were 1 point behind. You've been an absolutely great team. I'm really sorry to lose you. Thanks so much for playing. Congratulations, Owl team. We'll see you in the semi-final. Before we go, I've just got time for a viewer's letter that I've had. It's from Adam in Wandsworth. Dear Victoria, love the show. Was wondering if your clever viewers could help, as I'm trapped in a fiendish escape room. The backstory is a wealthy heiress has been murdered and I've woken up in this locked room. There's a bed, a desk, bars on the wall and a bucket to use as a toilet. I'm in with a stranger, Chris, whose backstory seems to involve county lines drug smuggling. The only clue to escape I've discerned is a note on the desk from a character called Your Court-Appointed Solicitor, who speaks of a sinister-sounding parole board. Please help. I've been in here 11.5 years now. Maybe there's a secret code somewhere. So if you can solve Adam's puzzle, do get in touch. Good night.